Welcome back, my duelists and dungeon crawlers alike. Casual Duelist here, and it's time for another Yugi-D&D. So, I wanted to get back to monsters for a week, but I don't want to bore you too much with stat blocks. So, I actually went ahead and took a picture, so I got that. We'll show you what it says in the monster manual, but I want to show you why this is also like a Yugi thing, because it's not just Yu-Gi-Oh! It's been in a lot of games. We want to talk about mimics. So mimics, again in Yu-Gi-Oh, you got a couple of them. The easiest ones to point out would just be Dark Mimics level 1 and 2, or sorry, 1 and 3. And it's because it's obvious, right? Like, it's a mimic as a box. And that's fine. And believe it or not, this is going to be the most likely one that you're going to find. And, well, you know what? When we've been on the internet, we've been able to find these. And so we were able to purchase a small set that had these in them. And again, these are perfect for painting. And when I show you guys the monster manual photo, it's going to look like somebody 3D printed it straight out of the D&D manual. So again, it's really good quality. Let's see if that focuses up so you can see the eyes. So it's got some nice fine details to it. And again, it's a treasure chest. It's a treasure chest monster with the Gene Simmons-esque, Ujama-esque tongue there. And it's pretty wild. Now, as far as my paint job, because I don't want to update you guys later, so I already did one. I went with red and made a treasure chest. And if we come in here real quick, let's see if we get the focus to happen. Let's cover the cards. I wanted it to look like it was in a partial transformation state. So I wanted it to look brown and red at the same time on the sides instead of just looking one or the other. And again, that's just my take on the character. And again, I always clear them in so that you can see the bottom's still the primered edition. So again, it's pretty cool. Now, how you would use them in D&D. Again, I got the picture of my book here. So again, they're like an AC 12. It's a natural armor thing. They're usually a little chunky with the hit points. Average is 58, or you could roll up the 9d8 plus 18. Whatever you like. Not very fast. Go figure. It's a box, right? But here's the parts where it gets real fun. You can forget the rest of this. They use pseudopods and they bite. That's great. I love it. My favorite part is mimics are shape-shifting predators able to take the form of inanimate objects. So they say that it could be doors and chests. And then they literally stop there, right? So let's take that Yu-Gi-Oh flavor one step further. And I promise this is the last time I'm going to show you guys this box. I promise I'm cleaning off the table now. Okay? But while we were opening the 25th anniversary edition Yu-Gi-Oh, we had the 6 original booster packs. And back in Pharaoh's Servant, we had something that was actually very unique, very Yu-Gi-Oh, and kind of gives you another way to do this, guys, is we had the Bite Shoes card. Now, I don't know how this is going to translate into a mini, unless you guys find like a website for dioramas. Maybe there's like maybe you're just really good with clay and you actually model like a boot, or you have some broken figures. Maybe because you buy bulk stuff like I do, but maybe the shipping wasn't as good. Maybe you have a friend with a 3D printer and maybe there was a printer error. Maybe there's only like one good leg on that character. Regardless, what you could do is you could always paint some teeth or file some teeth, or you could design it to have some teeth, have an eyeball, whatever you need. You could do it as a weapon. Weapons could make mimics. If you guys played a lot of video games, think like Soul Calibur for the Soul Edge weapon. That's pretty reminiscent of like maybe a mimic. Jewelry, armor, shields. It's not limited to just treasure chests and doors. I mean, as a DM, our job is to create a fun and interesting storyline that is going to have our friends talking about how cool it was and how great it is. And when you really start getting into it, think about what you could do with it with the collaborative storytelling. Maybe you guys do have a mimic, but maybe instead of it being the shoes, I just got the shoes because we pulled the card and it was really cool and it was just a thing, right? But maybe you guys go ahead and you have a mimic that's a shield, or you have a mimic that's a sword. Now imagine what you could do with that mimic as far as having it maybe transform into something that looks harmless. And so instead of doing like maybe, I don't know, a performance check or something like that, you could, as the DM, just let them be like, yeah, well, you know what? If a mimic could look like a regular chest, if you showed it enough pieces of jewelry, it could look like a piece of jewelry. If you're told to go somewhere where you're not allowed to have your weapon, and you've made friends with the mimic because you feed it your enemies or some weird stuff, maybe it's like a warlock or a fallen paladin player. I don't know. But maybe there's some pact with it to where it can be used in this manner. You guys basically have like a living weapon, or maybe even like a biosuit, more like a Tony Stark, Iron Man type deal, where maybe it's like your the forearm bracer, and maybe when you defend yourself, it bites at the opponent's hand to try to disarm them, and you guys get all this extra cool flavor in your homebrew games. And maybe you're only thinking about this now because you guys saw an old Yu-Gi-Oh card from the early 2000s and some nerd with a channel who said, wouldn't this be really cool? So hopefully, that makes its way to more than a couple of tables. And again, when it comes time for me to put together the full set, I do have common copies of these. They're only like 10 cents each coming. This way I can put them as different grades of mimics before I go looking for other mimic minis. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you have, do consider the like, the comment, the subscribe. But I'm not going to bother you with the rest of it, except the only thing that's mandatory on this channel. And if you don't know, it's this. I want you guys to go out, enjoy the rest of your day, or at least try to, okay? Mental health is huge, okay? And nobody else out there is going to tell you like, hey, look, you're killing it out there, but like you're not feeling like you anymore. So I want you to take that 5 to 60 minutes tonight, tomorrow. I want you to get your favorite drink. I want you to watch your favorite show. I want you to do something that you enjoy. Go recharge your batteries, and I hope to see you guys again next time, all right? See you later, my friends.